Hello!
Hello and welcome!
You moved away from the mic, dude.
I know, because I didn't want to peek it.
Yeah.
To Deaf and Dumb.
Welcome to Deaf and Dumb.
I'm Dan.
You are probably deaf and dumb now from listening to that.
No.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all our listeners.
I know. I'm looking at the levels right now. I didn't peek it as bad as I normally peek it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were watching me. I was just sliding back, getting ready.
Yeah.
Welcome to Deaf and Dumb.
Yeah. Episode 27?
27, even though apparently I mislabeled last week's episode.
I noticed today.
This is how efficient we are.
Looking at, I was like, oh, what number are we on? And I looked over at, I have on a little RSS reader thing, and it shows the list of our episode, and I noticed it said episode 25 twice. The new title, but still said 25, so I quickly changed it.
I apologize for messing that up. And you should apologize for not catching it.
Yeah, I should have caught it when I put it in, but I trusted you, apparently.
The file name was right, though, right?
The file name's right. So if you download it, it will still have episode 26 in the title. Yeah. But if you go to the link, it'll say 25 because that's a permanent link, and we can't change that.
Yeah.
There might be a way.
I'm sure there is, but,
it's not worth the hassle.
Why break people's links?
Yeah. So 27.
27.
We're past halfway. Half a year.
Yeah. That's fun. So, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
I'm sore. We helped our buddy Graham.
Our buddy Graham and bro Robert.
And our bro Robert.
Helped them move this weekend.
Because they have no other friends.
Yeah. So, I'm not too sore. I was tired.
The stairs at Robert's place.
Yeah, he has stairs.
Like,
He's on the second floor this time.
I have trouble with my right knee especially, and it was wearing on me by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It was good to see him though. Yeah. It's always good to see Graham. Robert, it's okay.
Yeah, it was good. We had a good time. But yeah. That cut into my game time, though.
Yeah, it did.
Not really. I played Picross the whole way.
Yeah, you were sleeping and playing Picross
while
the
you
whole
were driving.
drive.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got some Picross out. And luckily, I had unlocked a new area, so I was able to play a good bit while we were traveling. Yeah. And Pokemon Go was pretty prevalent in the weekend as well.
Yeah, we went and saw a movie with our buddy Graham.
Yeah.
And we got there early, so we wandered around the little strip mall, whatever you call it, area, just catching Pokemon and stuff.
There's a good 5 or 6 Pokestops in the area, and we walk around. There was a gym, and we were just catching stuff and collecting Pokeballs, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yes, I did something for the first time.
You did something for the first time.
Yes.
You lost your virginity.
To Warmachine.
Because I said last week I wanted you to play. And I've been saying it for a while, but and I finally decided I was going to give you a free taste, and I said, Dudley, I will buy you a battle group. You decide which faction you think you're interested in, or we'll study up and figure out which ones you like. Yeah, and I will buy you one, like one of the starter set things.
Yeah, it's just like a small.
They're $40 or something like that, and you get like a caster and. Usually, unless you're Kador, you get like 3 Warjacks, and then and they kind of work well together, and then it comes with basic rules and stuff like that. And so what got some of my models out, and we procced.
Yeah, I looked at a lot of them, and I was kind of looking. I purely went off aesthetic.
Yeah.
Which
is kind of what I did the first time.
I knew I wasn't going to do Minoth because you had
I play Minoth.
Though Minoth looks good.
No, Minoth's great.
Minoth looks really good.
They have some fantastic models.
I thought about Kador, but I think I knew you would like Kador was just because their default, all their models in the images are red, and I like the red.
Yeah, and you're a fan of the color red.
John Dorsey plays.
John Dorsey, our good friend who plays Warmachine and beats us most.
He plays Kador but then I was looking, and I was looking at some of the ones I didn't recognize the names. I hadn't heard y'all talk about very much. And I looked. It came down to 2 of them, and that was Signar. And Retribution of Psyaps. Skira.
I thought it was Skira, but I don't know. I've never heard anyone say it.
I don't know how you
Retribution of Skira is what I always...
Yeah, it's spelled Scyrah. Skyra.
I don't know.
It might be Skyra. I kind of read it as Skyra.
It might be Skyra.
I like the way Skyra sounds.
It might be Skyra.
So
Gary would know. He's probably
I should have. Guess I should have asked for.
It's Skyra.
Probably. I guess I should have. You gave me his number. And we were texting, and he was giving me the rundown. And
because he knows a lot about all of them, so
I was leaning towards Retribution, and he was giving me the rundown of it. I guess I should have asked him the pronunciation.
Yeah, he should have.
And he called me while he was on his lunch break, and he talked to me for 30 minutes about, and he was just feeding me information about him. And so the more I heard about him, the more I was like, okay, I like the way they sound. So we did
we did a little pilot game where we basically I
played the battle group.
Yeah, the battle group.
I just proxied the battle group.
All the battle group and a few other units are free in the War Room Tomb. War Room Tomb. The War Room 2, the app that runs Mark III Warmachine and Hordes. The cards in the battle group are free on there, so you can anyone can try them out, and you just use something.
There's some of them there are more that aren't in the battle group.
They have a few
there are other ones.
Yeah, there are other ones too, but the basic battle groups are there as well, for all of them.
So I downloaded it.
Yeah, you downloaded it,
and then we played. We played on a cardboard box on the
floor.
That's all we had a place to do
I ran just to try it out. I ran the new Minoth battle group with Malachus, the new caster, who's interesting. I like him. I'm not sure. I was considering buying the battle group as well just to get the caster, but I already own all the
other ones,
the warjacks that come in it, even though it'd be nice to have an extra one of each, but it's a really good price for what you're getting, and so it was probably part of the motivation, but I don't know if I'm still going to get it yet or not. I haven't decided yet.
But we played.
Yeah, we played.
And so I had to learn all the rules and how things work.
Yeah, and I learned about Retribution. I didn't know that much about them.
Yeah, because Retribution's interesting because they have something none of the other ones have, and that's a force field.
Yeah,
which I thought was great. I mean, it's fantastic.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm sure I've read about it back a couple of years ago when I first was looking into getting into Warmachine, and
forgot.
And I just forgot, but. It was.
See, I didn't know they had it either. Just reading or just looking at them.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until Gary told me that they had this force field thing.
Well, and I didn't know until I don't think you told me. I just pulled. Oh, the cards are on there. I'll just look at them, see what I'm up against, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at them like, what is this? It was like force field.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So Retribution, while I'm playing Minoth, who are the Burning Crusades, basically, going out to burn the heretics.
Yeah.
Retribution seems to be kind of in a similar vein, though.
Well, they're elves, and they have this underlying belief that no one besides elves should use magic.
They're racist.
So they're trying to basically destroy anyone else, any other race that uses magic. That's the way I understood it.
Okay.
If I took in. Apparently, Gary was giving me a very rushed overview, and he said he was leaving a lot of stuff out. The backstory, I don't care too much. I mean, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of history, but for the most part, I just like I wanted the look, and it kind of appealed to me because some of them had gave me a Metroid vibe, and some of them gave me kind of a Thanos.
Yeah, Infinity
Gauntlet gloves. And I like that. And I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I like the way these look.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went with them. And I liked it. It was a lot. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I could tell you were enjoying it.
I had a good time.
And those battle groups are really well balanced for each other. So it was you picked it up really quickly.
Yeah.
And so... and of course I was playing caster I wasn't familiar with. Also, I was trying to teach you the rules, so I was a little overwhelmed because it's one thing to know the rules.
You're just giving excuses now.
Well, I'm just saying it's one thing to know the rules when you're playing someone else who knows it really well.
Yeah.
And then for you to teach someone how to play.
Yeah, because I really didn't know how to play.
You start questioning everything that you know when you start telling someone. It's like, I think it's this. this is how I think we've always played, but I've always had one or two other person to go, is it this again? And turn and ask, and
you always had a verification.
Yeah, I always had someone to go, hey. In fact, I had to text Gary about and John about one little thing because I was like, I'm not sure about this, and getting an answer because I wasn't sure and I couldn't.
And
find
you were wrong about it. Actually, it was the magic thing, right?
Yeah,
the range.
Well,
magic
we didn't really make a decision.
No.
I
would have done something different.
Yeah, I was
if
wrong.
I had known it. But it didn't matter anyway.
It didn't matter
because I beat you.
Yeah, you did beat me.
I won.
Yeah.
Barely.
It was an even match.
It was really close.
It was really close. I had a couple of bad rolls. If I had a couple of better rolls, I would have killed you.
If you had one good roll in there, you would have got me.
Or if you had been your caster had been a couple inches closer, I would have just crushed you with your own jack.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it was hilarious. At the beginning of the game, I said, there's a lot of little things I don't really know how to work in Mark III anymore, or I had never done at all.
Yeah.
Like, if you have jacks with open fists, you can grab and throw other jacks that are your size or smaller, I think, or at least smaller.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but there's no way I'm doing that this game. And then it came down to it. I'm like, I need a something.
You were trying to get that latch a little bit.
You had like 1 hit point or something. 3 hit points, and I just gotta hit him with something, anything.
Yeah.
And I could kill him. And I was like, I was weighing my options. I was like, wait, I have this jack. Your jack was in my way.
Yeah.
And I had my heavy castigator, who's the big open fist, flaming, punchy guy. And I was like, I could just grab his jack and throw it at him. And all I gotta do is just, get collateral damage, and I can probably kill your caster. Because you didn't have any focus left to
I couldn't do anything against it. It was literally just going to take damage.
Yeah, and so as long as I hit you, I would probably kill you on average. And then I was like looking at it, measuring it, and you were out of range.
Yeah,
you were
just looking up how it worked.
I looked up how it worked, and it was like, how far can I throw you? And it was like you were like an inch out of range. I'm like,
so it didn't work.
It was close though. If that hadn't been, I would have killed you, and I would have won. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about doing another proxy game to play Signar, but I read the cards, and I was just like, meh, it didn't interest me.
Once you had an idea how the game worked.
I read the cards, and I was like, man, they don't interest me as much.
I glanced over them, too, because I wasn't that familiar with them either. Cause,
there's a kind of same with a lot of stuff, but they have a lot of electricity theme things, and I like their theme just because they have a lot of looking gunslinger looking Western-esque kind of stuff, and I was like, that looks pretty cool, and that was the first reason it appealed to me. But I kind of dropped that pretty quick. But so Retribution looks good. We'll see. I don't know how much money I'll ever put into it, but I'm trying to figure out my color scheme how to paint them. What they'll be. I was looking for inspiration online. People do terrible work. I was just like, it seems like everyone who paints Retribution paints them all in one solid color.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Oh, yeah?
Why?
I don't know.
Got these shoulder things. Why don't you make those a different color? Why does everyone paint everything a solid color? What's up with this?
I don't know.
And it's horrible
that's not
looking.
the case most of the time with like most of the other stuff. Because I look at a lot of some.
And it's not like they don't have details on them. They do.
Yeah.
But they just seem to paint right over it. And then
That's
they
weird.
move minor details, but it's just like...
Maybe you're just not looking in a good place.
I looked around.
Yeah.
And I finally found some that were good. But first glance, they were not. They were not.
My paint scheme is initially started off because Minoth traditionally is white, and I didn't want to paint white because I like that, especially for my first time going into painting models.
Apparently, white's really difficult.
White's hard to do.
Retribution is white as well.
Yeah, or kind of a really light, kind of metallic white blue.
Yeah, they have a white and blue theme on there.
And so I was like, I'm not doing white. And I was like, well, maybe I'll go black. I'll do the black Minoth army. And then what I ended up settling on was most of the base is black. And then anytime I do a minifix, the little cross, it's always I do it red.
Yeah.
And then I do gold on a lot of the accents and trims and like kind of plating stuff. And then I do have the kind of a royal, holy color. I do purple as a little accents. So a lot of any of the heavily like choirs or the heavily religious stuff, the robes, the people like casters and robes and stuff. A lot of them will have like purple robes and stuff.
It looks good. Yours looks really
super
good.
happy with how it's come out. Like originally, my plan was just black with gold trims and red accents, and then it turned into black with gold and then red and purple accents. Kind of just because I realized I needed something else because like I went to start painting the choirs for a time and they had like these different layers of belts and stuff. So I was like, if I painted them red, it would all that would just be red, kind of like what you're talking about. It's just all red. I'm like, I need something else in there, and purple. And I like purple, so I went with purple.
I'm thinking about it. I'll have red somewhere in it because I like red.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll be the prominent color or not. Yeah. I was kind of thinking some kind of metallic. Yeah. And I was thinking bronze, maybe like a rustic bronze. Mm-hmm. But then I was also thinking maybe doing like a gunmetal gray, dark.
Like a shiny gray, dark gray.
Maybe not too shiny, but just, and then with red.
Like oiled, not like shiny, but like kind of like.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking that, and but we'll see. I don't know how to paint that, but we'll see.
It's not. You just find the colors that work, and a lot of it comes down to picking the right color and picking the right wash. Yeah. And it makes a huge difference when you do a wash on them.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to painting them.
I'm looking forward to playing more. I just like the idea of having someone else playing and we can play more. Yeah. Anything that lets me play Warmachine more makes me happy.
We'll probably play some more of those at some point.
Yeah, at some point. I was looking at it, and I think I was trying to see what, based on the models I have and having you proxy stuff, I think we can probably come up with a list of, like, your battle group plus a unit kind of thing. Uh-huh. Like, I'll run a battle group plus, like, my paladins, and you can run a unit with yours to kind of give it a little more bigger army, kind of another step forward.
It's just basically to do anything more at this point, I have to spend money. Even even proxying, I have to get the cards. Yeah. Or even on the app. So which is probably all I'll do. I probably won't.
You won't buy the physical cards.
I don't think I'll ever buy them. Yeah. I mean, it's what
I had to play with the app.
I like the app.
Yeah. I'd never done it. Gary's doing it right now because he's waiting for the update shake-up to finish it, kind of settle a little bit.
I might eventually get them, but right now I just don't see the appeal.
I didn't like playing on the app before, but trying the new app, it's a lot better, and I like it all right. Yeah. Because I didn't have the card for my caster, of course. It didn't come with the original in the deck, or if it did, I can't find it. And so I had to use it for him. Yeah. I like having the cards in front of me, but as I've gotten better, it when you have the digital one, it kind of makes you remember
that's kind
of
a little better. I see it too.
So it forces you to kind of memorize things a little more because instead of just having to look down at the card. Yeah.
I like the app. I like that it'll keep up with your damage and all that, and it does pretty much everything automatically for you, and you put it in there and you're good to go.
Yeah. So you don't have to buy the cards.
And
of course, as you buy models, you'll get the cards with them.
Oh, okay. Do they come with them?
Yeah, when you buy the model, it comes with the card.
Right. Okay, I didn't know that.
Of course, with Mark II and Mark III still going on right now, if you still buy models that are still the Mark II ones, you only get the Mark II cards.
Yeah.
But so they won't be updated, but. That happened with the Paladins I got picked up yesterday. Yep. They all had Mark II cards in them.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we could, we went to a game shop on the way back from Houston. Yeah. And we were looking at some of the models, and I kind of just wanted to see some of them in person.
They had the two I was looking to get. I wanted to get two Paladins, and I also needed a spray template, so I got one of those too. Yeah. So I got everything I was planning to order in the coming time. Yeah. They didn't have the battle group for Retribution there, so that was the only one they didn't have. Yeah, they had a bunch of they had a bunch of them.
It looked like they had most of the other ones, but
they may not 3 or 4 of them.
There wasn't a blank spot on the shelf, so I assumed that's where Retribution was. But anyway. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
We spent enough on War
No,
Machine.
we could spend a whole episode on War Machine for all I care.
I played other games this week.
I've been playing No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Are you still enjoying that?
I am enjoying it. I've played a lot. It's kind of relaxing in a lot of ways. Yeah. I'm just like, though I have been I have not played it some evening because I'm like, if I start playing,
I'll go to bed.
No, if I start playing, it's gonna take I'm gonna end up playing for a couple hours because it's so hard for me to find a stopping point and pull myself out of that game.
Yeah.
I get to playing and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna discover everything else on this planet before I quit, or I'm gonna go look at this one other place, but then it leads me to finding another place, and I just keep jumping around. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna warp to the next star system, and then I'll quit. But then I end up hitting everything.
You're seeing something interesting.
Yeah, and keeps me playing.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing it, and I started naming things. I started making discoveries. I was just kind of just uploading and moving on, trying to kind of get going in the game.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna actually put some thought, a little, not much, just a tiny bit of thought into naming things that I discover, so that maybe the slim chance that someone does come across this planet that I've been to and say, these the silly names I put on things. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing quite a bit.
Yeah, I saw. Speaking of No Man's Sky, I saw a deal today. There was a guy who's playing No Man's Sky and hasn't left the starter planet.
He's 30 hours in.
30 hours in, hasn't left. And
I'm sad. I'm annoyed at myself. I left so quickly. I left the first planet. I wish I stayed there.
He's already unlocked a whole bunch of equipment slots.
Yeah.
Like he done a ton of stuff.
Yeah, because the planets are huge. You can just keep finding
stuff.
stuff.
Spent whole time just exploring.
I wish I spent longer, because I named that planet too.
Yeah.
And I'm way far away from it now. But I named that planet kind of after my name, my username.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man, I wish I spent more time. I don't know how much trouble it would be to go back all the way back to it. I'm pretty sure I'm really far away. I'm like 12 warps from it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe more. But yeah, I have a list of names. You want to hear the creature names?
Yeah, sure. Give us a couple of them.
I got more than a couple, but I want to list. I'm going to read them off to you and get your experience. The first one was Blockhead.
Blockhead.
Yeah, it was this big dinosaur-looking thing. He literally looked like he had a slab of rock on his head. He's like,
so you were very creative with that name.
Yeah, it was so weird looking. It looked like
a blockhead.
It looked like a blockhead. Flying scorpion.
Flying.
They
sound like you're just using names to describe exactly what
these
they
are all just basically describe what you're seeing.
Okay.
And so when someone, because the joke is, so someone's gonna come along, see this thing, scan it, and it's gonna get a name that describes what it looks like, and they'll go, oh yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Flying scorpion literally looked like a scorpion with like butterfly wings. Jumping cobra. It literally looks like a giant man-sized cobra head with no body, and it just hops around on the end where its snake body should go.
That's weird.
I've seen multiple versions of the same thing on other different planets. And I saw one that looked pretty much the same thing, except it had these weird sacs at the bottom of it that it hopped on the body. So it's
sacs.
Yeah, it looked like a penis. It looked like a hopping penis.
Okay.
Let's see, Happy Horns. It was like a weird armadillo-looking thing with these big horns on its head, and it looked like it was grinning. Boilback. It kind of looked like a prehistoric turtle with weird boils on its shell. And then Bladeback, which looked like the exact same thing, except it had these, instead of the weird boil bumps on its shell, it had just like these random antler-looking things that looked like swords sticking off it. Birdosaurus.
I was, when you said you had a list of names, I had much higher expectations from you.
Oh, no, you shouldn't. Because you have to remember how many creatures I'm seeing.
I understand that.
And I don't want to spend all day trying to come up with a clever name.
You make a big deal about names.
I do.
And
if I spent as much time as I normally think about coming up with names or things,
you would never leave the
planet. I would be sitting on the planet in my ship, staring at a menu, going, "What should I name this for?" Like an hour.
Well, I do that a lot when I was playing the video game Tycoon. I spent most of the time just sitting there going, what should I call this genre of game
I did that
has no visual element whatsoever? It's just
Game Developer Tycoon,
Game Developer. Game Dev Tycoon. I spent most of my time just sitting there going, what should I name this game?
Trying to come up with a clever name. I would spend like 15 minutes on just kind of come up with a name.
Some of them I would forget to name it, and that would be my successful game. So Game 23 would be really popular. So I'd be like, all right, time to make Game 24, the sequel.
I did Birdosaurus Rex. He looked like a T-Rex with like feathers, but no wings, and it had like weird. Its head was disproportionate to its body, and it was just like running around. It's the most aggressive thing I've seen in the whole game. It just ran at everything and just kept attacking no matter what. Just kept attacking everything around it. It was really weird. And then my favorite one was the Tortaram.
Tortaram. Okay.
It looked like a giant tortoise with longer leg and big ram's horns. The Tortaram.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad.
That's not bad. That's probably the one I spent the most time on. I went through a lot of iterations of that one before.
Yeah.
The rest of these I kind of just went, blackhead.
Look, I've seen too many creatures. I don't have time to name you all.
Yeah.
So I played. I spent a bulk of this week playing Metroid.
Yeah.
The remake of Metroid 2, which is really good.
It is really good.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it. Got a lot of enjoyment out of it. I beat it.
Yeah.
I got 100%.
Yeah.
And
I beat it and got like 92 or 93%.
Yeah. I spent like the last hour playing it, just searching for stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some pretty tough stuff in there.
Yeah.
They had some, to get some of the items, you have to do some really tricky maneuvers.
Yeah. And there were several of them I knew exactly where the item was. I just couldn't figure it out or couldn't get the thing down to do it. So I just moved on.
I was able to. I would get there, and I go, okay, this is how you do it. And some of them, it took me a long time to do it.
Yeah.
But I understood. Usually figured out how I was supposed to. Well, there was one I couldn't figure out for a while. Even me and you were both talking about it, and I was like, and I looked at it, and I went back and kind of looked at it, and I was like, this is how you do it. And it was once I figured it out.
You do it.
I was like, once I figured it out, I was like, okay. And then I was like, once I started trying it, I was like, it wasn't really. It only took me like maybe 5 or 6 tries to get it. But I was like, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Mostly because I just did a harder one right before it, using some of the same techniques.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
We talked about it last week and how, why didn't they just make an original game? They spent so long on it. But we were talking about, and I was like, I wish more people did that kind of Metroid genre. And then Graham texted me after listening to the episode, and he was like, yeah, there was one on Steam called Axiom Verge, which I already had and already played, and I had forgotten about.
Yeah.
And I had already got like 20% into the game, and I had forgotten about it.
I remember playing it, but I don't really remember anything about it.
I couldn't either, so I started over.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know where I was, and I forgot the whole thing. And so, so I beat Metroid, and I really wanted to, in that mood.
Yeah, you got in that mode.
So I loaded up Axiom Verge, and I started playing that last night.
You also made a purchase.
I also made a purchase. We talked about Shadow Complex last week. Well, there's a remaster of the game.
Yeah, perfectly little time, too.
Well, the remaster's been out for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew about it. It's been out for... it's probably came out last fall, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it may not have been that long ago, but the remaster's been out for it, but it was always digital.
Yeah.
Well, they released a limited run.
So this was
physical copy.
Just a physical copy.
Yeah, it's a limited run of the physical copy. They made 6,900 of them, and I bought one.
Yeah, because you're weak.
Because I was like, that would look good with my other 3 games I have on my PS4. Oh wait, 2. That'll bring my game to 3. I had 3 games on PS4. No, wait, 4. I have 4 games on there. But yeah, so I was like, oh, that's cool. So I bought it. It's same price as the digital. It's just you get a copy of it. So that'll be coming in. I don't know when. So I'm excited about that. I'll play that again because I haven't. I played it on Steam on PC, I think. Or no, Xbox.
You had it on.
I had it on Xbox.
No, it was on PS2. It was on the PS3.
Was it on the PS3?
Yes, it was on the PS3.
Yeah, because you have my PS3.
Yeah, but I played it originally. I just came into your room and just sat down and played through it.
Yeah, it's on PS3.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll probably play through that again after I finished Axiom Verge. So I started.
I think it was a PlayStation exclusive.
It might be.
I don't know.
I think it was released on 360 later.
Okay.
But
originally it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Yeah. That's why I came and played it on your PS3.
Yeah, I think it's on. I think when they remastered it, they released it on PC as well. But I'm not sure. I guess I should have looked
It's a fun game.
I liked it. It's a little easier than the Metroid.
Yeah.
Like Super Metroid originally. I mean, the newer ones are easier, obviously, but it's fun. It had a lot of the same elements. It's more clearly a Metroid clone than Axiom Verge is. Axiom Verge has more of a has some really out there sci-fi elements and weird. The story's interesting. Yeah. It's very different than a Metroid clone. It's not like you're going to a planet or you're going into an underground thing. You are underground, I guess. I don't know where you are. But there's this whole weird twist stuff going on there and things talking to you.
I know I've played it a little bit, loaded it up.
You got farther than I did on it. I know that.
Oh, see, I know I played it for a while. I just don't. It's one of the things until I go and look at it, I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. It's a little different, too. Instead of having like a suit or something, you have a gun that you can switch what kind of what kind of laser type it shoots and what they do, and you get different ones to that'll do different things, and you get a drill. You get a drill at one point that'll basically break wall blocks, and you so it's a little different. It's all kind of tied to the gun instead of you having a suit and that has everything into it.
Yeah, I'm pulling up images of it just to jog some memory.
But yeah, it's I started playing it last night, and I was like, this is good. So I'll probably be playing it.
I think I got close to beating this game.
Yeah, you talked about it because I got down to the boss ahead of me, and we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I got to the boss. I remember now. I remember I got all the way to this, I assume one of the last major boss, or might be the final boss. I don't know. And it was really hard, and it started kind of pissing me off because of the way it was set up, and I just didn't like it, and I stopped. Even though the rest of the game I remember liking, it's cool. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah. It's good. It's very It's a Metroid clone.
It's a Metroid clone.
I'd like to see more of them. Maybe a sequel to Shadow Complex would be cool.
That would be cool.
Other stuff like that. Or just a Metroid game would be great. They came out with the Metroid Prime Federation, but that's mostly a co-op shooter, first-person shooter for the 3DS.
I never got into any of the Prime games.
Yeah, it's apparently not bad.
I mean, they look good.
The early buzz about it, everyone thought, it's going to be crap because it doesn't have Samus. You don't play Samus. You don't play, and it doesn't have any of the elements that are like a Metroid game. It's basically like a Left 4 Dead. It's Nintendo's Left 4 Dead, it's co-op.
Yeah.
Gameplay basically. Okay. And so that's basically it. And those are popular right now. So
I haven't seen
their
anything
version
of it.
That.
Like I said, because I saw it, it was like, another Prime game. I when they released the first Metroid Prime, I played it a little bit, but it just didn't catch me.
I liked the first one. I played it.
I know Robert liked it a lot and played through them.
I played the second one. I don't think I ever got to the third one.
And I've heard some of the later ones were pretty bad.
Well, then they had Other M,
I heard
that
game
one
was
is terrible. I tried to play it. Yeah. I played it. It's a third-person Metroid game, if I remember right. And the controls were so bad, I couldn't play it. So I didn't.
I heard the writing was really bad.
And the writing,
it was just not a good game.
The story is just bad.
Yeah.
It's just really bad story, apparently. So I just didn't play it. I just chose not to.
Yeah.
I wish they would go back and make a platformer. Get the people who do Metroid 2 or whatever to do it. Whatever. I don't care.
If I were at Nintendo, I would, work with them and port it to the handhelds or
the Wii
and sell it. Give them a cut, and they put a lot of work. It
don't even have to be a big cut. They never expect.
Yeah, but they're not selling it. And, so, give them a chance to make a little money, and you can make money off of what's a really good game.
Yeah.
So.
I tried to play, speaking of games that were made by fans, I tried to play Pokemon Uranium.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. You were getting it.
I had got it.
Which has been shut down, too, now.
It's been shut down. We talked about it last
week. Yeah,
and I had it, but I hadn't played it yet. So I tried to load it up the other night, and first thing I started it, I played a Metroid. I put it in Steam so I could full screen it on my TV and sit on my couch and play. Well, I thought, I'll do the same thing with Pokemon Uranium. I dropped it in Steam, and I opened it up. doesn't have a full screen. There's no full screen built into the game. So, which I thought was odd.
That seems like
because
it seems like an essential thing.
It seemed okay. If you're making a game, this is an exclusive to PC game. It's not an emulator. Not, emulators. I see them do it because they're making games they're putting games that are built for small screens.
Yeah, exactly.
And that makes sense. But this is not. I mean,
this is made to be played on PC.
Yeah. So why did you not build it? So I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. So I was reading online how to, what's the best way to play this. I could, wanted to sit on the couch and play. And, bring back the old days of playing Nintendo. And, I looked online, found a guy on Reddit who had made a patch for it, unofficial patch, that would add full screen to it.
Yeah.
So I
Which seems like a weird
everything.
thing just to patch.
And then I patched it, and I got his patch and put it on there so I could full screen. Finally, okay. Doing the opening stuff, and the little professors talking to you and everything.
Your standard procedure for a Pokemon game.
Reading through the standard stuff. Kind of gives you a little back setup of the region or whatever. And then I noticed, okay, there's always that point where the professor slides over, a Pokemon appears next to him. It's like, this is a Pokemon.
Yeah, this is a Pokemon.
Well, I didn't notice anything before, but as soon as it started sliding, it started juddering. It was like, it would jump,
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, that's weird. It shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And then I started noticing the text would do that, too, when it was appearing. And I was like, okay. Well, it got all the way to the point, it's like, okay, select your Good. I was like, okay, selected. Now put your name in. And then I was like, oh, I can't do this from a droid pad. I have to go to my keyboard and type the name. So I got up, put to my keyboard, started typing. I typed, and nothing showed up. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
it was chugging so bad it wasn't kicking.
No, I pressed one key, and it loaded that key, and I had to hold it for like 10 seconds.
So it's not running. It doesn't run well at all.
And I couldn't even put my full name in it. It wouldn't let me fill it out, and it didn't have any kind of indicator like it can only be so long. Nothing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And at that point, I quit playing.
Yeah.
So it did not run well. Does not run well, at least as far as I can tell. So,
which is a perfect example of why what most time I expect out of a fan-made game. Not optimized, probably a little chuggy, it might buggy. Yeah. But why Metroid 2
Metroid 2 is really good.
What surprised me is that how well it was put together.
Really well made.
I only encountered maybe one bug, and that was just like most of that was just like weird controller issues that I'm not 100% sure if the game or my interface was acting up.
Super Metroid had bugs in it too, so there's some weird glitches in Super Metroid. If you did certain things the right way, you could mess up, or you could jump ahead and just explore the game. But so that's not one bug out of the whole game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really great,
especially for a
fan-made indie game.
This game won't even run that well.
Yeah.
So, but I was running through Steam, and I was running with the full frame patch, so maybe I'll try it again without doing all that and see if it runs better. But if it doesn't run better than that, I'm probably not going to play it.
Yeah, I don't really have any interest to play it. I have a lot of other games I'll play, and there's a Pokemon game on the horizon. And I got Pokemon Go, and
I kind of just wanted. I just got in an old Nintendo mode, and I was like playing the Super Metroid or playing Metroid 2, and I was like, man, I just this reminds me of the classic days, sitting in front of a TV and playing, and I just kind of wanted to ride that for a little while, and hoping to transition into Pokemon with it, and it did work. So now I'm playing Axiom Verge, and now we'll go from there.
I wanted to say something on here. Like, I think I said this to you already, but what No Man's Sky, I think, is, like, to me, how I kind of, like, get my head wrapped around, like, how to describe No Man's Sky. You know what I think it is? It's the 5-year mission in Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's not all when the movies are happening, when action stuff's happening or crazy things happen. It's just when they're exploring. Without a crew, you're just by yourself, but you're just exploring space and cataloging stuff, and then seeing what's out there. You're on the frontier or whatever, and you're just like logging and collecting data about all these places and what's there.
So what you're saying is someone should do a Star Trek mod for No Man's Skies.
I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. It would just have Star Trek themed stuff. You would just be in a, a red shirt and, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been looking at shit, because the way you get new ships and the way you get new weapon, the new multi-tool is by basically finding them, or you can locate crashed ships by using a distress signal thing to find them. And then once you find them, you can basically fix them up the same way you fixed up your ship at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And then you get that ship. Or when you go to ports or trading posts or stations, their ships coming and going, you can go up to them and make an offer to buy that ship from them.
Oh, okay.
And so and of course I've done it once, so I have a new ship. Because I started with the starter ship, and then I unlocked the pre-order ship, and then I've bought another ship, and so I'm getting close to ready to buy another one. But I'm kind of, I've seen a few I've almost bought, but I'm waiting to get my credits up a little higher so I can buy a slightly better one.
Yeah.
But I've seen some, and I'm mostly going off aesthetic because I'm really looking at it.
Yeah, you're going on a cool ship.
And some of them are weird looking, but some of them are cool.
Yeah.
But I have one, if I'm going to gripe about the game.
Okay.
Even though I like it, and I've been enjoying it, I'm playing the hell out of it. That my biggest gripe about it is flying around the planet.
Yeah. It's I did it a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, the planet
you're
on.
It feels like there's a safety on everything. It's like you can't fly and get close to the ground. It's like you fly down and it literally just stops you from going so low. And I don't like that.
You want to be able to soar over the ground.
And sometimes it's a little high, so you're trying to line up to land near something, and you can't see it because you can't look down or whatever. So it's like trying to land near stuff is kind of hard, and then the fact that you can't get closer to it, so you can't just swoop in low and then ride low across the surface, or come in low and land, line up your landing or something. No, you're stuck 100 feet off the ground, just cruising down, and it raises it up and goes down. You can kind of force it to let you drift down a little bit, but it's pressing up against you, and it feels really awkward, and I don't like that. I kind of wish they would do away with that. And then, of course, my thing is I think Josh and I were talking. He's like, how did the ships crash to begin with if they can't go down there? And so
maybe it was a safety measure that was implemented after you crashed the first one, because
I don't know.
You're such a bad pilot. We're gonna put in this safety just to keep you from doing this again.
It's like, I'm trying to, I see a little station or something, or some minerals or something I want to get close to and land. So I'm trying to come in and land near it. Well, once I get over, it's hard to see if I'm over it or not.
Yeah, because it's all first
So
person.
sometimes I can kind of roll and look, and I end up upside down and looking weird and doing weird. I know I must be flying in weird ways, trying to see where the hell I'm trying to land, then just to land. And I'm still 100 feet away, and I have to walk all the way over to it.
So you're griping because you have to walk.
Yeah, I just, let me crash into the planet if I want to. That's all I want.
It sounds to me like they just didn't want to have to add the element of crashing.
I think my guess, if I were going to guess, it's not the element of crashing, because you run into asteroids in space, and it breaks them and it damages your shields and stuff. I think what it is it keeps you at a certain height so it doesn't have to render everything. Because if you get
loading,
you get low on it. Once you come down and you land, you initiate the land, it drifts you down. Then it knows to kind of load up.
It loads the region.
It loads the wildlife and some of the plants. While if you're flying a certain height, you can't. It doesn't load it.
Some of those
I
details
think that's what
there.
it is. It's trying to optimize it that way.
That's
why I think it's keeping you the levels you have on walking around the planet. And for so far, and then you have, coasting above the planet, and then from there up to the atmosphere, and then you get out of the atmosphere to the, just the outer atmosphere, and then the next level where, kind of separates you from the different spaces.
Yeah.
And what to load, when to load it.
Yeah.
I think that, if I were going to guess, that's why.
That makes sense.
I can understand it for making the game run well and not load everything. That's great. That's smart. That's good. But I just want to be able to fly low. Let me be able to crash into things. And then you can inadvertently. Yeah. But, I actually bugged out because I accidentally hit the E key and landed. And then I was like, I didn't want to land here, but I kind of drifted into the land. And I ended up under, because you'll see some
caves.
floating
Island,
island rock things. Usually it's like minerals you can mine out. And I went to take off, and I didn't know it was above me, and I went straight into it and crashed. And then my ship got stuck in it. And I was just stuck there until my ship exploded. And I was like trying to get it out, and I couldn't. And so I had to it destroyed my ship, and I just ended up just reloading our save and then mining out the stuff so I could fly past it.
Yeah. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I like it a lot. It's not again. I don't think it was quite what everyone expected.
No,
out of it,
I don't think so. It was so hyped.
I still like it.
Anyway, moving on to news. Maybe.
Sure.
Was there anything else you were playing this week?
No, this is all I played. I had a couple of stuff that kind of ties in. Well, I played Overwatch.
Yeah.
I've gotten really into playing Farah, the rockety.
Oh yeah. You seem like every week you're playing something new.
I'm jumping around a lot. I've been playing the two characters I've played a lot today. I played with our brother Robert, and I played Farah a lot, and I played Symmetra. Those were the two I was bouncing between. So Symmetra's kind of a support character. She builds little electrical turrets that shoot lasers at people. I like her a lot, and I do really well with her. And then I was playing Farah, and I've gotten where I was doing pretty well with her. And certain maps I don't do well, but overall I was like, man, I was having fun just jumping up really high and just launching rockets down on people. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So I've been enjoying it. Yeah. So speaking of Overwatch, but Blizzard put out I guess they're putting out these little animated. They did have some before when they were launching game, but they put out a video, I think called The Last Bastion, and it's about Bastion, the robot turret thing, and it has this. It's kind of a great little character story thing of him like waking up and because he's supposed to be like a leftover from the huge war, and so it shows like a flashback of this giant battle where there are thousands of these bastions just fighting each other, plus mixed with the other, because apparently there was this massive wars which brought about the Overwatch team. Yeah, I don't know what the story is. I haven't kept it close to it, but yeah. So, but the thing I liked it was really cool. It was a little long. I thought the first part of it, I kind of ended up skimming through part of it until I got to the flashback part. But there's this really cool part during the epic, bloody battle thing going on. You see, I don't know if it's Reinhardt or just someone like Reinhardt charging through the ranks, like with this, like smashing things with his hammer, and then like putting up his shield against this sea of bastions coming. And I'm like, this looks awesome. He's just kind of in the background. Yeah. And so he wasn't the focus, but I was like, oh, is that Reinhardt? That looks amazing. Yeah. Like him in a full-on battle thing. And I was like, that looks cool. But yeah, so it looked really cool. I kind of looking forward to seeing more of that stuff.
Yeah, seeing what more the kind of backstories they put together on all this stuff.
Yeah, because they have a lot of world lore stuff going on. It's really cool.
It's always interesting when they have more just under.
Yeah, there's depth to it. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I want to get the Pokemon Go news real quick.
Okay.
All right,
Make it quick.
Okay, so a guy, you can get a lot of experience pretty quick in the game if you really devote some time to it.
Yes.
I've gotten like probably like 30,000 in like 30 minutes because I used the lucky egg and I evolved a crap ton of Pidgeys.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. But and so there's ways to get. But there's apparently a discussion online about how many some guy said you can't get 1 million experience in a day or whatever. Yeah. So a guy set out to do it. Yeah. And basically what he did, he had like a loop of like 12 or so, a big loop of Pokestops. Yeah. And he had a route, and he planned this all out, and he had this route, and he posted online about it, and a bunch of people were going to come out and do it, and he was going to live stream it and have charity thing for it and everything. Well, he did it, and it's going really well. The whole system, it works. He got to 600,000 experience.
Wow.
And then the game basically stopped him.
The game stopped him?
They have a system built into that basically called there's this thing where people do use it. It's called bot. They do bots basically to play the game for them. Yeah. When they're not actually playing. Oh, okay. So they have an anti-botting thing.
Yeah. To make sure you're actually playing.
Yeah.
The game.
So apparently
it kicked it off.
It didn't kick him off. It gave him a soft ban, so he couldn't gain any experience basically for 24 hours. And he couldn't catch
because they thought he was cheating.
Because they thought he was cheating.
Oh.
But he wasn't cheating.
Yeah.
He was playing the game super efficiently.
Yeah.
He was playing it really, really well. But the system thought there's no way anyone could get 600,000 experience in this short amount of time. He must be cheating. And soft banned him for 24 hours. Mm-hmm. So he didn't actually achieve the goal of getting 1 million
experience. 600,000.
He would have done it had they not banned him, basically. And so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird, like does Niantic not know how well someone could do at this?
Yeah.
You know, if you really plan and if you're hardcore about it, and you spend hours and hours and hours just playing.
Well, it's one of the things like, you know, they're putting in stuff to keep people from cheating and using bot.
Yeah.
So,
but this show,
with the idea of thinking, I mean, they have to set a limit to that basically, or when it gets, you know, activated.
In,
So they want to set it high enough, but they probably thought, well, it's probably possible, but nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, they don't know people.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure if it's that, if they just underestimated people.
Yeah.
Or if they don't want people to get that much experience that quickly. Because that's a lot of experience.
That is a lot of experience.
You know, you would probably get up to level 30, somewhere in that range with that much experience. Yeah. But it's kind of interesting. It brings up a lot of questions like, you know, should you know, they limit it that way, or, you know, it's kind of weird.
And how do you tell when someone's doing it for real?
How do you tell when someone's actually cheating or not?
Because, I mean, how many people are going to actually put in that time and do that?
Yeah. I mean, apparently they named the loop that he was doing Jimmy's Loop.
Oh,
after him. And, you know, apparently a bunch of people they had 1,000 people watching the stream of him doing it, and then also people came and did it with him and stuff. I didn't watch the stream, or I read about it after the fact, but it was kind of interesting, and I was kind of surprised. I knew you could get a lot of stuff if you really grind it.
Yeah, if you really you game the system.
I did not think that would be that much.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, I knew there was probably a certain amount you could achieve, but again, I didn't even think about, like, you know, the system bumping you because
he
thinks
pretty much
you're
was doing everything that gave you experience.
Yeah.
So he was doing those Pokestops. He had a rule set for catching, not catching, and you know, he followed it to be most efficient.
Yeah, okay.
It was interesting, and he couldn't take longer than 5 minutes to make the loop.
Okay.
So, which is when Pokestops start resetting. So, if he's catching something or whatever, it's taking too long, he just leave it.
Yeah. Because it starts
cutting into
your experience time that you're just gaining by moving.
Yeah. Apparently, also raised money for charity.
That's
cool.
Have
charity walk apps.
Yeah, that's cool.
He did that as well. So,
that's cool.
And people could donate for his stream. So that was cool.
That was cool. That's cool that he just did it that way as well. I saw a thing about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh, yeah?
It was just like a random thing about one of the new characters.
Yeah, a character or Pokemon?
A Pokemon called Palosan. And I was kind of disturbed by it, and on the surface it looks like a sand castle. Like a castle made of sand that just happens to be a Pokemon. But the creepy thing is, it's like a quicksand trap type thing.
So Pokemon
apparently what it does is Pokemon come along and it sucks them into it and sucks their life force out and basically eats them.
It kills them?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I doubt they do that. That's the lore of it. They're not going to be, I doubt they're in the game. They're killing Pokemon. It's not murdering Pokemon in the game.
Oh, he's
but like in the wild, you know, like, you know, in the wild, they're, you know, they're the Venus flytrap of sand creatures.
It's like that Pokemon's just fainted. It looks like he's just getting bone. He's fainted. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
He's
not breathing.
Kicking him into the grass. Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be up and going any minute.
Well, the picture of it was pretty funny because it showed like
grabbing a Pikachu.
A Pikachu, and he had extra eyes, and I thought that was funny. But I think, and if I understood it correctly, and I was reading it quickly, I was skimming, and apparently there might be another sand ghost type one that might come about because of all the negative energy from all the Pokemon is eating kind of thing. I'm like, it's just dark,
ghastly,
sand
ghastly.
Yeah, the weird, all the weird lore behind the ghost types is creepy.
That's interesting.
Or the Cubone lore.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark lore.
There's a lot of. If you read some of the descriptions on Pokemon, even the originals, it's just that's some dark shit.
Yeah. Read a deal about D&D recently. A guy proved. Okay, so this guy posted on some forum or whatever about he was DMing a game and a guy wanted to drink a potion underwater, and the DM didn't know if he could do it or not.
And so unusual.
Apparently they were underwater and he wanted to drink a healing potion, and then the DM didn't know how to handle that. And so a guy apparently said, I went into my bathroom, I filled the tub up enough to have my head under the water, and he drank a bottle of wine underwater. And he said it was really easy. So there's not much to it. He goes, it's not even a dex check. All I did was hold my thumb, open the bottle with my thumb over it, minimal leakage, and then I stick it in my mouth and I pull my thumb out of the way. And my head was upside down because my head was stuck in the tub. And I was just like... So apparently, some D&D people are playtesting in real life.
Yeah. Should that be a standard action or a free action?
Yeah, I think it would be I don't know. I would guess a free action.
I
maybe
know.
A standard. I don't know.
I assume it's just the same as whatever taking a potion is.
Yeah. But apparently, I was reading there was some backstory in there where someone was talking about in one of the editions a guy. I can't remember which one he was talking about, but he said that they had apparently the people had thought about it, and they had worked into it, and I don't know if it ever actually came into the system or not, but they were working on an idea of sponges, wax-coated sponges that were filled with potions, so you could use them underwater. You just throw the whole thing in your mouth and suck the... so gross.
That's gross. Yeah. Stick this in your mouth and squeeze on it, and it'll heal you.
And it'll heal you. So it's kind of weird that, the depth that people have thought of in the game. I have to get to this. Konami announces a new Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
Unlike this.
I haven't even watched it.
They had a trailer.
Yeah.
It's called Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah. Terrible name.
It's just playing on the MGS.
Yeah.
It's weird. The trailer is weird.
I didn't even watch it.
Okay, the whole Metal Gear saga is an alternate reality of our own.
Yeah.
So this game is an alternate reality, but also an alternate reality where soldiers get pulled into a portal and from the 5th game, and now they're in another world. And they're fighting zombies with crystals. Which it doesn't even use the stuff from Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain has some zombie elements to it. Don't look like them. It's not them. It's something else.
Yeah.
So they're doing another zombie element, and it has, as far as I can tell, no stealth elements.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a Left 4 Dead. It's a zombie survival game with co-op.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's Left 4 Dead.
It's basically Left 4 Dead with Metal Gear strapped to the title. And
sounds terrible. I haven't seen it. You came telling me about it, and I was I was gonna watch it. And then the more I heard about it, the more I was just nope, don't care. I'm not watching it.
It's kind of odd because we didn't expect it. It was kind of out of nowhere. No one was really expecting it for this game to come out or anything. Because
not even the people making it.
Well, here's the thing. It's okay, Metal Gear Solid, Kojima's gone, so it'll probably be a while before they do another game. Yeah. But then this comes out, and they're like, okay, it's kind of interesting that Konami not just let it sit for a while. They are going to keep producing games. But what Graham was telling me, so this is a BGR, Buddy Graham report. He was telling me I don't know if this was factual or he was speculating, but he said this was supposed to be a DLC for Phantom Pain.
Okay.
And that it was a soldier DLC where you do co-op, survival thing, and that was as it was originally. But it got too big.
Okay.
And so instead of releasing it as a DLC that's like $20, $30, they decided just to make it its own game so they could charge $50, $60.
No.
$60 probably. So, yeah. So it seems like they're just trying to make more money off it.
Yeah. My first guess when y'all told me about it was they had some team working on a zombie survival game and they just like, well, we don't really care, but let's just slap Metal Gear on the front of it and it'll sell better. That's what I thought.
Almost.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
It was originally supposed to be for Phantom Pain. Yeah. It just didn't. It got too big apparently. So then they just made it its own game so they could charge $60.
Yeah, I just didn't care. Like I honestly doesn't. Konami can put out whatever, and I'm not gonna care.
Yeah. And I was gonna do this whole thing where I was gonna talk about Metal Gear, but we don't have time now. Yeah. But they have come out with games that Kojima was not involved in. Yeah. Only one of them was good.
Yeah.
And that was the second one, Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 2, not 2. Metal Gear Solid. It's on the Game Boy.
Yeah, it was the first one I played.
It was the Game Boy one, and I cannot remember the title of it. It's kind of...
I think it's just Metal Gear Solid.
I think it's just Metal Gear Solid.
I think it was on the Game Boy. It was a different version.
It was a Game Boy, and it's actually good. That's the only one Kojima wasn't involved in that was good. The rest of them,
it was actually the first one I ever played. I played it on the Game Boy, and then later I played the ones on the PlayStation and the actual Metal Gear games.
Yeah. But anyway, we pretty much run out of time.
Yeah.
I had some other stuff, but I guess we'll just save them for next week.
Or not.
Oh, Fallout 4 comes out in a week.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout 4
Nuka World.
Nuka World comes out in a week.
It comes out the 30th, yeah.
The 30th. I'll throw that in there real quick.
Yeah, and next weekend we're going to our biannual LAN party.
Yes, and so we'll be talking about some old games.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about how that goes next week. So, we'll probably be a little tired, but, that's going to be happening. So look forward to hearing us talk about how great or bad that went.
We've added some new games to the list, so
it should be fun.
Yeah, we'll be playing. We're going to try to play the Calling and Day of Defeat.
Yeah,
Source.
The original Day of Defeat.
Day of Defeat.
So we'll see how that goes.
But yeah.
And plus probably some repeats of the last
year. And then tons of other old games that we always play.
Well, anyway. As always, please subscribe to us on iTunes. On that iTunes. Or Google Play. No one does, but you could.
I haven't looked at it. I guess I should look to see if anyone's
it's still there.
Done it. It's still there. It's just I don't know if anyone's done it.
You can always go to our website at deafnddumb.com. DEAFNDUMB.com. And you can find everything your heart might desire.
Why would their heart desire us?
Well, I mean, if it has to do with our podcast, then yes, it's there.
Okay.
At the top of the page, you can see the link to subscribe, follow us on Twitter or Facebook, leave comments, send us an email, whatever you want to do.
Yep. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah. As always, new episodes every week on Monday. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.
Deaf and Dumb.